So I think a lot of people think that Roblox is a game site for kids. And it used to be, that was pretty much the case. But years have progressed, graphics have progressed, and Roblox has specifically targeted adult players. So the current status as of 2024, I'm sure it's more, now we're late into 2025, but this is the numbers of players. Now I told this AI app that I wanted specific age ranges for 18 and over, because 17 in the games that are considered like should be rated R, 18 is the age in many states, especially with sexual content. If you're going to a game with sexual content, you're going to have interactions and communications that are for mature only, and that means age 18 in at least 10 states where those kinds of interactions are only for 18 and older. So 17 is still a minor, right? So here's the breakdown of how many players are actually adults on Roblox, and it's almost 50-50, guys. So there's a lot of the younger players over the years have aged up, and now they're college age, and it has basically brought in a lot of new adult players, as they have like better graphics in games, and a lot of free racing games and stuff like that, and just bringing new adult players to the platform, which is a big mess to have little bitty kids and adults and basically no successful ability to keep little kids off of chat, because they're not supposed to be 13 and older to even use chat. But there's just games that, they should have separations of ages, just like in movie theaters. You don't have a bunch of little kids in rated R movies, because that's not where they belong. Nor do grown people belong in little bitty kids. There should be safe places for little kids. So just don't have any separation of age categories like the rest of society does for entertainment. So anyways, here it is. It says one source, now this is updated, from June 2025, states that 41.3% of users are age 18 and up. That's almost half the platform is adults now. We're talking 18 and over. Now a little bit of a further breakdown, okay, talking about the specific age group. So you have college age, actually older than college age. So 19%, of course, this was from last year. This was a survey, which doesn't really have more of the total numbers. Okay, so the other data, I would go by the one that's updated from June 2025. But last year, it said the U.S. Focus Survey found that 19% of adult gamers aged 18 to 34 played Roblox, while 22% of those aged 35 to 54 years played, and 3% of those 55 years and older played. So yeah, you even have senior citizens. And on a platform with many, many, many millions, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of adults playing on this platform. So I think, and the reason that I say that is because there's a petition to remove the current CEO, and there's a lot of kids doing little videos inside the comments on that petition. And I think a lot of kids think that it's a kid platform, and it's not. I think they should have separate platforms, one for kids and one for adults. That's what I think. But to put all of them together, and now they're turning Roblox into a dating site? Wow. So this is a petition, if you want to sign to have the current CEO of Roblox removed, and it's got almost 200,000 signers now. But in the comments, if you go to the comments and you scroll down, there's thousands of comments and many, many, many little video clips of children from around the world speaking out why this CEO should be removed. Okay? But parents, are oblivious, completely oblivious. And a lot of people blame parents for the stuff that's going on Roblox, and that's not realistic. And I, as a former player of Roblox, can tell you there's a lot of thumbnails on games that you think it's about bunny rabbits, and you go in there and it's a horror game and they just troll people, or it doesn't state in the description that it's a horror game, and they don't age require little kids. And in fact, developers make games where they know little kids are going to go into and make sport of tormenting little children because the developers they're like, well, the little kids are going in there and, they know what the game's about. Like, stealing stuff from other players is the objective of the game. But little kids who cannot fully appreciate that, we're talking kids with little bitty kids that don't have the maturity, and so they make sport of not properly age categorizing these games. You have bullying, ganging up on these little kids, and it's causing psychological harm to them. And these class action lawsuits filed last year, 14 of them, by developers creating games who are harming addictive behaviors, platforms who basically promote bullying behaviors to little ones, causing them psychological harm. Yeah, 14 attorney generals filed lawsuits against different platforms that promote this and make money off of it. So it's becoming like desensitizing society, that tormenting little kids, enjoying games that they're created for the purpose of like stealing other stuff like that. But little kids shouldn't be in there, right? They're not age categorizing. You don't take a bunch of little kids and put them in a park that's got a bunch of adults hanging around and just let those little kids loose on strange adults who have bullying behaviors, and just awful things. I could probably write a book on the things that I saw on Roblox. I just left. I shut down my Roblox. I used to game review. I would do reviews on games. I tried to find family-friendly games, but the platform itself was so toxic. Like, I couldn't even go into an art game, and there's real graphic body part paintings and no moderation to remove those, and Roblox did nothing. So there's so many different ways that kids are exploited. So these little kids that here are making comments on this petition to demanding this CEO be removed, okay? And so many of them think that it's a kid platform, and that's the problem. It's not a kid platform, not anymore. There's almost equal amount of adults on there, and that's why there must be an immediate action to age categorize these games, and they must do something to protect these kids, because the more adults that are going on there, the more and more vulnerable they are. So I just want people to be aware of that.